Well, swear. Swear. Yes, really. Yes, all right, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. Sorry for the delay in the coming on live and all of that. So you're welcome tonight. It's going to be an amazing presentation, maximizing the trading opportunity. And my name is Felix, and so we're going to be looking at different trading opportunity, just like of course, because we have on our forum, we have three major segments of opportunity we have that we present to people, and then maximizing this opportunity. All right. And so you wouldn't want to actually miss it because we just to explore and show you how you can leverage on the different trading opportunity that we have. And so you need to share with your friends and colleagues everywhere so that let them join, and as we share the stuff around that, all the things you need to maximize. I was interacting with someone today and telling them about the unique opportunity in the space. Now, talk about trading. Now, I'm going to go into basics of trading and exploring the three major segments of our trading opportunity, and as it were, good number of people misunderstood or misquote trading to be, you know, a kind of hypes or makes believe and those things around trading. Beyond that, so if you have any interaction, any questions, you can always note it down, and thereafter you can make use of the chat and then ask me, and then I'm going to give you feedback. Okay, so I quickly have to pick out that in case you have any query, and so I'm going to be navigating and exposing to you not just chat, okay, but to show you opportunity in trading, all right, and different segment of trading as it were, okay, and so that we now see the the uniqueness of trading and all of that. So we have trading in different segments, okay, and I'm going to explore to us about three segments of trading opportunity that we have, okay. Now, maybe I should do something because if you are new, maybe you have not heard the word trading before, and maybe as to exemplify to look what trading is all about. What is trading, okay? And so you will have an idea, okay? You have an idea what we're talking about. So, trading, okay? Right? So, trading, what is trading? So, what is trading? Okay? What is trading? So say trading is art of buying and selling financial instrument such as stock. Okay, so I want to open your understanding so that when you probably have actually misunderstood or got carried away by the hypes that people build around the whole segment of trading, all right, you will want to look at what should you look at when it has to do with trading, and what are we talking about when we talk about trading. So it has to do with buying or selling of financial instruments such as stocks, currencies, commodities, and indices with the goal of profiting from price fluctuation. Okay, so now number one thing you will need to note is price fluctuation. Then say traders speculate on market movement. Now, take note of speculations. So buying an asset at a lower price and selling it at a higher price. Now, or selling short, betting a price decrease. This activity is primarily done online through trading platforms with the aim of capitalizing on short-term market movement rather than focusing on long-term growth like investing. Now, so so if you have to understand this aspect, so that I want us to have a basis, the basis for trading, and that will give you an idea of why you probably need to be patient to build your trading activities as much as possible. Good number of people don't pay attention to trading, and good number of people don't actually see the act of trading as a process. So trading takes process. All right. So if trading takes process, then you will now ask yourself, what exactly do I want to trade? So now I'm going to be exposing us tonight on three segments of trading we actually build on. Number one, we trade in, you'll hear so many things. Now, the other aspect, like stocks, we don't too much trade on stock, we invest in stock. And can one trade stock? Absolutely yes. So, but we saw that stock is more, but unfortunately, in the financial conventional, or let's say conventional financial system, talking about regulated financial system, they see stock as a more volatile investment. So they will say it's more risky because of price fluctuations. Now, so the aspect they look at is investing in government bonds, money market for long term. Now, because that stock can feed a medium term kind of activities, and for that, so it's more volatile, and say, okay, it involves a higher risk. Quite very funny, but now when you look at in trading, stock it look like a kind of locomotive movement, except for when you have time where the boom is separate, right? And so now you look at this aspect of like, so instead of trading stock, we look at investing in stock. Okay, so that's to say, when you talk about trading, we are not speculators in stock. We investors. So buy the shares, hold on, and make money from first dividend. Should there be company that do well, like we have had number of them paying dividend sometime twice a year, all right? Then some pay dividend and still pay bonus. Now these are investing reward, and then you now make money to on price appreciation. So with price appreciation, that's another aspect of money making. So that make a lot of sense. Okay. So now going from there, okay, let's just come over here. Excuse me. So now, talking about that aspect of investment. So we buy into stock, holding them, making money from dividend, and at the same time benefiting from price appreciation of such stocks. So these are dimensional kind of, you are now, but sometimes some of us who are looking for opportunity, okay, some of us who are looking for opportunity in terms of short-term gains, and so you want to look for where you can just trade. You heard the definitions given to trading, talk about price movement or short-term profits and all of that, predicting the movement or speculating. So you have to understand the aspect of speculating, because many persons will give you confidence that this is market, it must do like this, and they will say no, market is about probability. You are actually forecasting under a probability that the market have a higher chances of moving from this place to this place. For that, you are speculating and working on that. Okay, so that's one of the lovely thing about trading, and so investing and trading. So now, buying of stocks, we see that okay, for a longer time, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, you can just buy stock, make money from the dividend, and now of course make money from price appreciation. Then the other segment of investing we look at is the aspect of cryptocurrency, buying coins and keeping them. All right. So I will just go, for instance, let me use a practical example here. Now, buying and selling of coins. You heard when the definitions talk about buying and then selling from, all right? So if I go to, let me use the practical example. I think this is a dimension through which you need to understand when it has to do the investing in crypto and all of that. So we leverage, okay? We leverage to buy into some coins, and when they go up, we sell them. A practical example was Solana. Even as at as at Sunday, we're still talking about the chances of some of those tokens to move up from the prevailing price they were, all right? And how do we do that? Investing into crypto, you don't need to know too much. You just need to have access to information, and of course know how to navigate from one process to another. And so the good thing is that you can always be guided. And so in crypto, it's more fantastic when you have patience to now. So if I go to Solana, I remember, let's look at it for instance. Look at Solana, came down to as low as $95, and I was telling people about $94, $97. And I said Solana, I expect it to come down to $95, and it came down to 94 something or whatever, $93 as it were. Now, as an investor who probably speculate for the price to go up, now what we do, we go ahead in buying and holding them. Of course, there is a season to always buy coins, all right, because that's the rainy season of coin market. Now, if you look at this chart on your screen right now, you'll see that this chart is a daily chart, for instance. As an investor, you don't bore yourself with too many chart figures left and right. So what we do is, oh, this market is down, and then of course with some of those information you have access to, you are buying and holding on to when it's going to go up so much. Now there are two dimensions to it. Especially when you are trading on spot, you buy and hold it, maybe in your external wallet perhaps. Now if you look at it from here, when the market was here, was around April this year, and then move up to this point. That was around May. So this is just in 1 month, there was a massive move up to 73% profit growth. So for anyone who bought and knew what he was doing, and as at the time we observed that, okay, the market was going to be correcting and you don't know how long or how deep it will correct, at that point, some people will sell. And having sold here, they wait for that correction to happen. And I will show you something very simple. As an investor, okay, to what extent would this correction go? I want to wait for the correction before I buy. Now, these are tools now on the trading view. Now, that's where we now speculate, okay, let's go this way. We use something called Fibonacci retracement. And then having plotted this Fibonacci retracement, it gives that the range at which the market can come down. If it's a shallow coming down, it will come down probably to 38%. If it's a good one, it will come to 50%, and with a golden opportunity, it will retrace to 61%. If you look at Solana, it actually came down with a wick down, but body of the candle honed in on 61 retracement level. So you can now see that this fellow who had bought at $94 and the market move up to $185 is sold, or part are sold. So part that are sold, when the market retraces down, I'm sure as at 50% retracement, being that it's a spot trader, he has started buying. We call it ladder buy, and you can set it on an exchange, like on both on Binance, Bybit, OKX, and all of that, and it will just reoccurring to be buying. However, it moved up as if the market was going to go massively up until we came down to this point. So as at this point, the market already shown a sign that it's returning back, right? And that was a very lovely one. And you saw that here. One, we have a low here and a high, and then a pullback and a continuation. So for that, you're already buying. Now, so if you take a look now from this buying again, which is, let's look at it. From this buying, perhaps let's say you bought here, to this high again, that's another 43%. All right? That's another, how many percent do I call it? Another 43%. Now, if that's the case, because you are an investor, you don't buy, sell like the way a full-time trader or retail trader does. Now, if you look at it, if I take the same tool and pick from here and to this point, I'm looking for another buying opportunity. Look at it. It came down again back to that 61 retracement. Now, what we have done from April as an investor or a businessman, and that's what I keep evangelizing and emphasizing to people about this opportunity. You come to buy, okay? You come to buy at a lower price. So this is like a formula of buy low, sell high. Now you have sold at that up because you just notice. You can now see the patient. The patient is very important. Having bought from April and you went to as at May, you have sold. And you are now patiently waiting. No noise. You don't want any noise. And of course, if it's for future trading, which is part of the very strong aspect of trading, you will have sold down, and that was what the definition was given to us. You will have sold down. Selling down to this point, you wait till June. That if you sold down, maybe use 2x, 3x, which I always advise for beginner, use 3x, 2x, or even 5x, and short Solana down. You will now be waiting that by the time Solana is approaching here. And one thing I know for sure is that if you have short from that point, and then you will have been in much money here. Now, from here again, buying up, we saw 43. Meanwhile, here gave you about 70 something percent. Let's say 70. Let's say this one give you 40. Now, you took again and it's not a coincidence. It's a sequential number, and then the market returned back to that 61 again. You've bought. After buying that, you can see the movement. Now, of course, you expect the market to now move, right, above the previous low here. And that's exactly what the market did. Now, let's now look at it. This was in the month of, as at this time, this was month of June. And then this retracement finishes in the month of August. Okay? So if you take your movement and take your measurement of, let's say you enter from here up until this point, that's another 56%. Now, guess what? Now, if that is the case, you have sold or that sum or all, and then you take another measurement to see to what extent will this market go before I find another buy. Look at it again, guys. This is not a coincidence. It hinged on this one again. So that is to say, what you expect in this market, is for Solana again. Look at it now. This is the month of September. So that is to say, if you are buying low, sell high, and you know what you are doing, using appropriate tool, haven't bought from the first one as at April, that is one, and then you sold and waited as to June, because you completed your trade in May, that's 1 month. For the whole May now, coming to June, you did nothing, except if you now have learned just to buy long and short, you will have short this. But you do not know, no problem. You waited for June. In June, you bought again and then sold in July, which is from April, May, June, July. You have bought and sold twice. First was about 70. This one is about 40. Now, this one, that's about 56. So let's call it 50. Now, with this, you've bought again in the month of August. And that one took a longer time. And getting up to this point, August, you can see just using 1 month to complete the journey. So in the month of September, which with month we are, now had given you another 50%. But the good side of it is that in the month of same September was when it complete this down. You can see that mostly it complete up here a month and take another almost another month to come down here. So at the coming down here, you will have bought. But if you are not in a sequential movement and have the selected instrument you are following, you probably will miss this point because you would not be moving here and there. And now, so let's say if the market is going to turn up to this point, don't say I say this, but look at where probably you have bought here, all right, where I expect the market to go to first. It should go to this point, that's 42, or go to this point, that's about $302. So I expect the next Solana movement should get up to $300. If it gets there, that's another 56% for you. So, well, when will it finish this? Maybe by October middle to ending, it should have gone to $300 per Solana. At that point, if you look back from the month of April, May, June, July till October, depending on when that journey complete, so you have traded like 3 or 4 times. First 70, the other one is 40, the other now is 56, that's 50, another one now 50. So if imagine you have put in just $200 to buy that, 70% had given you $200. So 70% of $200 will have given you 100 and something dollars, right? And that is an additional money to your $200. And then you are buying another volume, and then in that order till 4 times in a row in just a particular year. And then you can, that 4 times could have as well do up to 100% or more than 100%. And this is the fantastic aspect of crypto and stock. Buy low, sell high, and then you patiently wait. Don't run around just to impress anyone about it. You're buying and taking profits and then rebuilding back, and that's the very fantastic thing. Now, so coming into trading proper, This what I've just done here is still trading, but this is an investor's mindset. All right. Investors have patience, all right, and build, to make sure, there's so many things around it. So, but the challenge is this. The challenge is this. Many people do actually not know, we just move around, talking, I'm going to do this and all of that. So coming to trading proper, because you have seen now that investing we're talking about is still revolve around buy and sell, depending on, all right, it still revolve around buy and sell, just a moment. And if you have an investor's mindset, your trading strategy will be perfect. This is it. And your trading routine will be more simpler. If you do not have an investor's mindset, your trading will be a struggle. Okay, so sorry. Okay, now if you want to ask question, you can make use of the chat section, so you can ask me anything. All right, so now, like I was saying, that it takes an investor mindset to be a profitable trader, or consistently profitable trader, because investor. So imagine what I've just shown to us. Only Solana. If you plot your analysis only on Solana, as at April to May, you put in, let's say, $500. You put in $500, or $1,000 just only on Solana. Let's say $1,000 just only on Solana. So let's do a round figure. Now, $1,000 only on Solana for April and all through May, it made 70 something percent. So let's say 70%. That is additional $700. Now, that money is now $1,700. Remember, you are just an investor, and I've always put people through to on how to spread their tentacles. All right, diversifying. So the same Solana, maybe you bought 2,000 worth and you keep one, just let it be there. The other one, let it be turning around. It's still an investment. Even in stock, we do a lot of that strategy. Now, having done that first one, and if you are meticulous enough and you see as your business money, so you don't run around that such money and all of that. So the second percentage moved by 40 something percent. So you did 40%. Okay. So 40% on your $1,700. So 40%, that's 0.4. That's about $680. So add it to $1,700. That's the second time. That would be $2,380. Then by June or July, I don't know, you were buying. That's the third phase. Now we're in the fourth phase now. So the third phase did 56%, 50% of how much? This is paramount kind of compound interest. So $2,300, $2,380. Let's call it $2,300. Now multiply by 50%. So just divide by 2. So $2,380. So that's 1,190. So plus $2,380. So that's about $3,570. Now you have the last one. Now is what you have just bought, which is here. Now, so which is here, and I told you guys that what I'm expecting is that for it to go to $300, and if all things being equal, which all things can never be equal. So if it does that, that's another 56%. So by the time you are now doing 50% again on your 3,570, so just divide it. Divide by 2, all right? So plus $3,570. That's going to give you $5,355. Now, in a year, if you are meticulous and follow simple move strategy, you can turn $1,000 as an investment fund, but following the sequential order on spot trading, you can turn it to make additional minimum of 3 times. So that is to say your $1,000 can generate additional $3,000. That's 300% without much stress. Right. So this is a dimension in trading that people do not explore. We're always in a haste. We want to get it right now. If it's not gotten now, it's not going to work. So this aspect of another kind of investing but trading method. Okay. So now I'm going to trading proper. I said we trade 3 major market. Number 1, Forex, synthetics, and crypto. Forex, synthetic, and crypto. Now in crypto, I've just shown you one example. One of the type of first of trading is spot trading, and that's what is very common in crypto. All right. So you buy low, you sell high. The same thing in stock market, you buy low, you sell high. Okay. So but now in crypto, we now have what's called future, which is contract, and that's exactly what this says here. Let's look at it. This one say, okay, such as stock, yada yada yada, with the goal of profiting from price fluctuation, traders speculate on market movement, buying on asset at a lower price and selling at a higher price, or selling short, which is like short, and they say the meaning of that is betting on a price decrease. If you long, betting on a price increase, and that's what we mean by all of those, jargon and all of that. Okay, so now we have just looked at the perspective. So we trade crypto, at least both on spot and futures, and then forex and synthetics. Now, very, very pay up attention. You have a choice to look at which one do I want to go into much, and you settle with that. But one of the good things is that everything that's being cooked for all this market is cooked in the same pot. And that's what do I mean? You are using the same technical analysis to check whatever kind of information you have about an instrument or about a particular economy you want to diversify into. All right. So with this, you are able to say, okay, I have aspect. Okay, what do I want to do? I want to trade crypto future alone, or I want to trade crypto future and forex, or crypto futures and the synthetics. So, but in whichever way you want to do it, so basically, whatever thing you have analyzed, you settle down and begin to work on ourselves, because it's very important. Personal development, very important. So here, it's where the issue is. You want to trade future, then if you want to follow me in trading future, you are going to need CoinW. I always drop the link on the group. If you have not joined our group on Telegram, you can join us and to explore even the deeper opportunities. Okay? So now, if you're trading the futures, you have to be very strategic and mechanical so that you don't waste your money at the end of the day. Now, the second aspect of future trading, which I see some company have borrowed from Forex, is prop firm. Okay, because you want to look at generate money. Prop firm. We have Haro Trader. I think I have two. Because I love, examining things and all of that. Okay, so it's how do I put this now? Okay, so I'm pulling out these three segments: forex, crypto, and synthetics. So, and I said company now have seen the need for people to be raised with reasonable fund to trade. It's on that note that business erupted again, diversification opportunity, and prop firm. Prop firm is more associated with forex, but of recent, after that, about a year, 2 years ago now begin to explore now the copy, what you call prop firm on crypto. I know many people do not know that there's a prop firm for future trading. Yeah, I have an account. I've experimented it on Bybit. Okay, so what does this do? It helps you to raise money and trade with reasonable fund. Over time, you pass through, you are able to own the account and be trading. Now, the most pronounced prop firm is more around forex. So that's the edge I told people to explore. Why? You only need to show your skill, you pass, then you are funded and all of that. So forex have that edge. So I've just told you, if you want to trade future trading with me, then you are going to need to sign up on CoinW. Once you sign up on CoinW and all of that, then you can actually have way of trading future with me. For instance, another thing is, if you have Bybit or you want to register on Bybit, Binance, and all the like, all right, you have to use a platform I refer to as U-Trading. It's a bot that you will use so that can give you some directions and the unique selling point of the bot. Now, moving to forex, this must explore environment because opportunity are abound here. So the first aspect is I trade forex on Capital Extend. Okay, Capital Extend is a broker that have a very fantastic, unique kind of a thing. Capital Extend. All right. So Capital Extend is a broker that use to do trading and all the like. Okay, and there's so much things around Capital Extend that make us to look at Capital Extend as an opportunity to develop people and at the same time grow. Okay, so then the other aspect is in Capital Extend we have a lot of support system that had shared sustainability kind of a thing, and that's another lovely thing. Okay, so Capital Extend, if please go on the comment section, you see Capital Extend onboarding link, you sign up, and then we'll take it all from there. Okay, now the other aspect of it is that you have tools that help you to look at the markets and then give you notification. That's where we'll be hearing us talking about Beckonet software. That's an AI software that's so powerful, flexible, dynamic to follow everything and all of that. Okay, so Capital Extend is for forex, and then Beckonet software will support you to receive an alert on a notification, not alert this time around, notification on your phone. You open it, and then you check more other detail and you take trade. So the other aspect again with trade is and any all the analysis we need to do about forex, of course, on TradingView, and then that's why it's a lot easier for us, to check the detail of the market and all of that. Okay, so that's for forex, right? And so additional thing on forex is the prop firm. Remember, I just told us that the most pronounced prop firm environment has been forex trading. Okay, wow. These people, those of you, if you are watching me live, we did a live trading. Those people on Capital Extend and all of that. See the Bitcoin we analyze finally is up, and maybe this time around that's when it's going to break this where it was rejected from previously. Okay, and that's one of the things. You can see gold finally push up and going to my fourth take profit. That's amazing. Now, why am I showing us this? Because this is trading. Now, so so in crypto, you are trading crypto. So the secret I give to many people is that trade crypto in a swing pattern. So you can buy when it has crashed very well, just like what Bitcoin did. All right, and then you are buying from the bottom and to sell on the top, either future or spot. All right, so coming to forex, I've told us you have a lot and lot more of platforms for raising money. All right, the prop firm, or like if you go to the comment section, we have access to Funded Next, and then different broker that you can actually register, get funded, and get more equity to trade very well. All right, so these are aspects of the forex trading kind of a thing, and you have opportunity. And then lastly is the synthetic indices trading. Now, most of us, if you hear synthetic, very many person what they're used to, once you say synthetic, the next that comes out of their mouth is boom and crash. Okay, is boom and crash. So yes, fine, that is the truth. All right, so people now have to just learn basic things, buy and then to sell and all the like. So buy and sell, buy low, sell high, can reduce tension for people who have not been grounded properly to look at the market inwardly. Okay, so the derivative synthetics, it's amazing, and can the same chart analysis you do everywhere, it's what's still applicable here. All right, and that's one of the massive stuff that we've discovered lately, and then it has been helpful for many people. And then as much as possible we should look at other things that we can add up, and that's why we will say the activities on synthetic to edge when the market is not in sessions and you don't want to be just held down for a very long time before the market eventually break. You do another thing, you come back and all of that. Okay, so that's one of the fantastic thing about trading. Now, the next thing I'm going to show to us is that when you are trading, always have the perspective long term. I've told you won't trade well if you don't have a long time perspective. Okay, you can now see the same thing. So, but in your own case, you're looking at exploring the market as much as possible. The first thing that will make you to explore the market much is to avoid noisemakers, right? If not, you get carried away all the time and you will be abortive in the market that would have been a very big blessing. So most time trading require your attention, right? So your attention, but you need to now learn how to use your attention judiciously and without being affected negatively in other things. So, but certainly that's the truth. Okay, so you work on yourself, build up, then buy low, sell high or short, long as the case may be. So if you look at it now, this is synthetic derivative, and then we have synthetic well trade. So each of them with their different functions, all right, and affiliate as it were. Okay, so if you look at it, this is synthetic indices on well trade. I saw this signal about 2 days ago, or yesterday was Monday, and for a buy from another additional to a very fantastic tool we use called Beckoning software. So we give a room for people to buy, and then the lady bought, right? So if you look at it, everybody bought. So the signal, the software will give you the detail where to buy and all of that, and everybody bought. So having bought, you'll just monitor. If you look at this trade now, you're going to see that this movement of this market may take time moving up, and that's how you could have $10 or $20, and then you take one A+ setup, can flip the account and add additional kind of a thing reward to it. So these are different platforms. This for well trade, this for Deriv Synthetics, right? This for Deriv Synthetics and all the like. So why I have to do all of this is to make sure that everybody is being enlightened. Now, I was given one thing that said, stop struggling, want to start learning how to trade properly. So now stop struggling with a little amount, look for access to bigger amount. That can make your dream come faster and better with ease. All right? So ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure this is just a kind of navigation and a high effect for us. This is, I need to check this. What was this token? Asta. Okay. Because I asked people to buy some tokens on Sunday, even last week. Some of them of last week did well. Okay. Asta is now nosediving. Okay. There was another one. Skate. Okay, all of them nosedive as Bitcoin came down. Which other one? Okay, there are quite a number of them like that. Okay, there are quite a number of them like that. If you're watching me live, put eye on Pepe. Maybe as we are stepping into the month of October, anything can happen. It has been forgotten for some time. Put eye on Pepe. Okay, Pepe. Put eye on it. And so if you're convinced, you can buy some and keep, and as much as possible. If you want to get more, few of those tokens at interval, we can always drop them, and then you can buy and keep. When they not do well, you sell. And those are the things. Okay, so trading, I've said, is very simple, but this is the thing you must understand too in trading. Like in the afternoon when we're doing our analysis, say every trade you come across and you want to trade, first thing that should come to your mind is the trend. Where is the market going to, or where is it coming from? So is the trend. The trend is very important. Once we're able to identify the trend, the next to now be identify area of importance. And once you get area of importance, then your job is lesser. Okay, so but with the advent of the software, beckoning software now, it's an advantage for us. Just go there, open. What's it saying? It's a bit says buy. And then you refine on your MT5 or probably go to your trading view and check properly to just confirm and be in alignment. And then once that's done, you're good. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is basically trading aspects. I took off from a kind of investing in buying and sell over time. So how's that? It's a perfect system, and then you have a decentralized kind of setup, and then that's going to help consistency and aspect of focus for such activities to be going on. All right, so thank you very much, everyone. So wherever you're watching this, you can always inbox us on WhatsApp +234, right? +234 90 and 998. So if you have not registered on Capital Extend to have funded your account and have access to all our signals and all of that, I think it's better you do right now before we cross into the new month. Very important, depending on where you are listening to this training. So let's maximize the talent and the opportunity domicile in us, all right, to take people out of issues and all of that, because financial issues is one of the major crises that you can ever think about. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, work on yourself and build yourself, and then diversify, spread your tentacles, because personal development is very important. All right, so do have a nice time, and bye for now. Thank you.